Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob Connor here, once again with another video. And today I'm going to be doing my ranking on the Jaws movie DVDs. And obviously, let's look at the first one. And obviously, it's just a fantastic film and so iconic. That it's such a standout movie. Where pretty much everyone knows what Jaws is all about, and yeah, it's just pretty fantastic, really. I think it still stands up now, to be honest, as such a great film. I think the only thing is like with the special effects. I think it's good back then, but obviously as time has progressed. But I think that's the only thing that's obviously a bit funny now is the special effects. But I think disregard that. The movie itself just you can't say more good things about it. Just so iconic and just so awesome, and just pretty fantastic all the way through. Loads of good stuff going on. It's just really good, to be honest. And I think probably his best one out of the Jaws films, to be honest. It's just really good. You got a lot of bonus material, quite good bonus material, actually, to be honest. I haven't actually checked that out yet. I don't really check out much of the bonus stuff. I usually just watch a film. Sometimes there's just not enough time to go through all the stuff, to be honest. But I might check that stuff out, actually. Get the making of Jaws documentary, deleted scenes, outtakes, photos, shark trivia game, get out of the water, screensaver, Shark World, free trailers, production notes, cast and filmmakers notes. Obviously directed by the really brilliant and iconic Steven Spielberg. Obviously everyone knows him, how good he is and what he's done. Just fantastic. Yeah, and you just can't say anything more how good it is, really. So let's move on to Jaws 2. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be doing my I just realised, because I've done another Jaws video and it's supposed to be my ranking. So, I messed this up, haven't I? I'll tell you what, we'll do working our way up instead of working our way down. So, we've done one, which is obviously the best, and now the second one, which is, I guess, it's pretty strong, but I'd say it's the second best in the franchise. And it's just, yeah. I think one is the best, but two is a pretty good, strong sequel, to be honest. It's really good. And it's pretty good. And the other, again, going back to the special effects not being that great, but again, as time progressed, it's like that. But I think at the time it was really good, and yeah, it's a pretty good sequel. I really like it. I really enjoy watching it when I do, and I think it's really fun, no matter how many times you see it. I love the story in it, where where people thinks that he's just going crazy, and he's saying that there is a shark, and it's saying about it's the same shark, or no one believes him. They just think he's just going crazy. I like that story of that. Obviously, he's a great actor. And I think it's just really good. It's just a really strong sequel. It's not weak. It's just really good. And quite a sad ending, I thought, where the shark gets electrocuted and dies. Quite sad, I thought. Quite a horrific death, to be honest. Obviously I know it's not real and special effects, but when you're watching it, Obviously, I felt it's quite sad, to be honest, when he dies, even though he's a killer. But you know, for me, I just thought it's quite horrific. I mean, I'm an animal person, so I love animals. So um, yeah, it's quite horrific seeing it. But as I say, with regard to the film, yeah, really, really good all the way through. Just loads of good stuff and pretty cool. So obviously that's the second one. Now, I'd say the next is probably Jaws Revenge. I think that's next best. Now, I don't think it's obviously it's not as good as the first two, nowhere near. But as regards to sticking with the storyline, with a shark coming after their family, I think it's quite good. That obviously, keep forgetting his name. Obviously, Roy Snyder, not in it. Obviously, he dies, don't he? So obviously he's not in it. His wife is, and they're obviously sticking to that storyline with the shark, and they're just obviously thinking that the sharks just keep coming after him, and then I like the fact that it's sticking to that storyline, and that's good. And obviously there's a few shark attacks, which is good. And obviously Michael Caine is in this one, and I like that. You know, but the only thing is, I think it starts off all right, but then it seems to be where there's not, they see the shark, but then there's not really much happening, and then there's not really many attacks, and it feels like it's just a bit flat, where nothing really much is happening. It's only really towards the end where obviously the final confrontation, where they realise the shark is in the water, and she thinks obviously it's coming after her, and obviously the end sequence where they're trying to kill the shark is okay. I wouldn't say it's better than 1 or 2, the last final battle, but it's alright. As I say, it's not obviously the special effects not great, but as time progressed, that's how it is. But I think it's certainly probably the third best, because it doesn't get too ridiculous, sticks to the story, and it's alright. Now the fourth, I think, is the least best, certainly nowhere near as good as the first 2 or 3, and I think it's the weakest. So 1 being the best, 2, then 4, and then Jaws 3D, unfortunately. I remember seeing it as when I was younger. I think I remember enjoying it, because back then, this is going way back in the 90s, when I was younger. When I was born in '84, I can't remember when I actually saw the Jaws for the first time. Might have been even late '80s, early '90s, but I can't remember when I actually did see it. But obviously back then, when you're young, you don't really pay attention to what the special effects are. You just see what the film is, and I think I remember enjoying it. But seeing it now when I'm a lot older, you realise the special effects were pretty terrible, and the film itself wasn't that great. I mean, it was all right when it's obviously the kills, and the movie's all right to some extent. Obviously, I do get some nostalgia from it, from watching it when I was younger, but you realise how pretty terrible the special effects were, and it sort of didn't really work. Jaws 3D back then, the 3D was just pretty terrible. Not as good as they make them now, certainly. But yeah, the special effects are pretty terrible, and the film itself is not great, to be honest. But as I say, it's just all right. It's just fun, and as I say, there's a bit of nostalgia there from obviously when I saw it when I was younger. So yeah, I enjoy it to a certain extent, but when you see the special effects, pretty bad. But you know, they did try, and it was fun, and it was something different, I guess, at the time. But yeah, that's pretty much my. So obviously, you know, 1 being the best, 2, then 4, and then 3 being the worst. But you know, that's my ranking on the Jaws films. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching if you do, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more cool stuff. Don't forget to add comments if you want. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. So guys, see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye for now. See you soon. Cheers.